Hey, I'm Matt Crow, candidate for Genesee County Sheriff 2016. As most of you know, some of you don't, God spoke to my heart back in April after a meeting I had with the Chief of Police of the City of Flint and a couple other community leaders, and he spoke to me and said I was going to run for sheriff. Didn't like that idea so much when I first heard it. As I was driving home, a friend and brother spoke to me and said he'd been praying for me all day and said that said the same thing, that God had put it on his heart and for him to encourage me to run for sheriff. When my wife got home from work, I told her I needed to talk to her, and she said, "Oh, you're going to run for sheriff." And then she brought up kind of like a David and Golith situation. Well, I'm going to talk to y'all about David, a little boy, a newbie, against this big giant. Some of the correlations that it talks about in 1 Samuel 16 and 17. In 1 Samuel 16, when David was anointed, in the 12th verse it says, "So he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy," meaning he was just kind of a small little kid, but he was beautiful eyes and a handsome appearance. Not that I have any of that. "And the Lord said, 'Arise, anoint him, for this is he.' And the person anointing him was Samuel. Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of the brothers, and the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon David for the day coming forward." So that was the phone call from Jeff, was that anointing. And then the other gentleman sitting in the meeting that said you need to run for sheriff, and then my wife backing it up. So now we jump all the way over to chapter 17 after I announced the fact that I'm running for sheriff. And 17:1 says, "Now the Philistines gathered their armies for battle." So that was getting ready for the primary. And as it continues on, it talks about how big the giants were, that they were 6 foot in height, and that they taunted the armies of God. And during the primary, they kind of defied the armies of Israel. And in verse 9 it says that Saul said, "If you be able to fight with me and kill me, then," no, I'm sorry, this is the Philistine, Goliath said to the armies, if he's able to fight with me and kill me, then we will become your servants. But if not, and I prevail against him, then you shall become our servants, and you'll serve us. Again the Philistine said, "I defy the ranks of Israel this day. Give me a man that we may fight together." So obviously, when the two Democrat candidates fought against each other, that's kind of what they were doing, was taunting each other. And obviously Pickell won and Dan Allen is out, and so now it's the establishment and Pickell, the 17-year incumbent sheriff, against a guy that isn't even in law enforcement, but yet felt that God spoke to him to run against him, which is me. I am that David. I am that newbie. I am that young person, as far as not young in age, but young in the fact that I've never been in politics before and never has had a desire to do that, but I'm willing to for the people of the county of Genesee. So then my meeting comes along with Chief Johnson. In 1 Samuel 17:20 it says, "So David arose early in the morning and left the flock with a keeper and took the supplies, and he went as Jesse had commanded to him. He came down to the circle of the camp while the army was going out for battle array, shouting the war cry." So the people of the city of Flint, all I've heard ever since in early January with the water situation, the water crisis, was that we need change. We need to get rid of this current sheriff that isn't doing anything to represent the people. And it's the same thing that the Israel army were doing. They were ready for battle, but didn't know how to go about the battle. Pause it.